What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. There seems to be something fundamentally missing from the Call of Duty experience right now. And maybe this pertains more so to multiplayer and Warzone than it does to zombies or campaign. But the game lacks fun. Fun is missing from the experience, and I think it's because Call of Duty is so obsessed with optimizing our experience to their metrics that they forget about the fact that the game should still be fun at its core. And I know that some players find the current experience with Warzone or Call of Duty fun. They like the randomness, they like the chaos, but it's not for everybody. And the chaos and the randomness really just creates an unfulfilling experience for a lot of players. Call of Duty more so has just become a camel grind for a lot of the player base. When in the past, what was the most fun about the game was playing it. Not trying to earn camos, not trying to level up every gun and your own character. It was just popping into matches and experiencing what the game had to offer. And it seems that they have forgotten about that. They've forgotten about this simple aspect of the Call of Duty experience, that at its core, it should be fun. I often think back to the way Call of Duty used to be. Look at COD 4. What can you really earn in that game outside of gold guns? But how many players cared enough to earn them? Not a lot, because the entire gameplay loop that game offered was addictive in and of itself. Call of Duty's gameplay loop right now has lost a lot of that addictiveness because it's so chaotic and so random. The servers are so bad. The matchmaking is rigged against you. And in addition to all of this, we have the cheater problem as well, which creates this semblance of no control from the player. Go back and play COD 4 sometime, if you ever have the opportunity. The entire game feels like you're in complete control of what's happening. Sure, there are random deaths here and there. Sure, there's a martyrdom that might get you. But that just adds to the fun of the game, because those random elements only happen every once in a while. And it's not the game actively trying to work against you, it's just an element of the game. Unlike what you have with Black Ops 6, where it feels like everything is out there to make your experience worse. Servers, cheaters, matchmaking, we already mentioned it. But then you add the randomness from the gunfights, and you add the randomness from the movement, and you add all of this together, and it creates an experience that leaves you empty, that makes you feel nothing. You're not attached to it. Call of Duty has become more dispensable than ever before. It doesn't feel like I am missing out anymore with Call of Duty. There's an event going on that apparently was completely and utterly broken. I just didn't care. I don't want to earn any of that stuff. I'm completely dejected from everything that's going on with this game because there's nothing pulling me in. When I play X-Defiant now, there's something constantly pulling me in. I don't have to do well. I can just go out and have fun. Play a game that's built upon passion instead of greed. And you really feel that. And when I think back to the way Call of Duty used to be, I always think to its competitors as well. Halo 3 was this massive game. And it had very little in the way of rewards. Like, people now always say, oh, we need to be incentivized. We need to have a reason to keep playing. They forget that these games used to deliver a reason to keep playing. It was called a gameplay loop that was addictive, that was rewarding, that you could see yourself getting better in real time. Do you really see yourself getting better in real time with Call of Duty? No, I'd argue I'm worse today than I was 5-6 years ago, despite playing a little bit more than I did 5 or 6 years ago, because there's no reason for me to try to get better. There's no way I can tell if I'm better or not, because the game doesn't want you to get better. It wants to just optimize everything for you. Whereas older games rewarded you for getting better by you doing better. And that was the reward, that was the incentive. And that has been completely ripped away from players. That incentive to get better is gone. So what are we left with? An empty, shallow, hollow camo grind. And sure, it's fun for the first few hours, but then it just becomes a daunting task that you have to play Stakeout 24/7 for, or play the directed mode on Liberty Falls for hours upon hours upon hours. And while yes, it's fun, it can also become tedious and mindless. And really, the reward at the end of the tunnel is just a weapon camo. It's something you'll forget about next year when the new camo grind comes out. It doesn't matter. Whereas earning something like better skills in Halo 3 was worth something, because then when you went into ranked, you could slowly see your rank increase. And that was something that you could show off on your card, or I can't remember what it was called. It was just like player stats. It showed your highest rank. It showed the number of games you've played. That was it. It was so simple back then. And yet we took it all for granted. We wanted things to become more incentivized. Well, now all we're incentivized to do is spend money at every single turn on microtransactions. Give these companies more money to not reinvest back into the game. Because when I played COD 4, I didn't have this little thing called Packet Burst. I was also playing on an Xbox 360 with a Wi-Fi adapter in it, getting about like 10 megabytes of download speed. Whereas now I'm plugged into gigabit internet and somehow have a worse connection as a result. Make it make sense. I'll never understand. But Call of Duty doesn't matter, doesn't care, because that revenue number keeps increasing. So they have no reason to get better. They have no reason to improve. This is the new Call of Duty life cycle. This is the new Call of Duty experience. One that is completely hollow and shallow outside of a camo grind. Because that's really all you work towards now. Earn these camos, level up this XP bar, level up this bar for your battle pass, and that's all we care about. That's all we want you to do. There's nothing else memorable about this game. Because I'm sorry, I don't care about AI-generated stickers or calling cards. It doesn't mean anything to me. The game has lost its meaning altogether. There's nothing that I can attach myself to. And there's a reason why I still hold COD 4, MW2, MW3, Black Ops 1 and 2 in such high regard. Because I still have an attachment to those games all these years later. I don't care about what camos I got in those games. No, I remember the experiences that those games delivered. Something that I couldn't tell you about with modern day Call of Duty. Because the experiences fall flat for me. There's nothing that I attach myself to. Other than all of the problems the game has and that continue to be neglected. How is it that this has been going on for so long and nothing has been done? I guess maybe the next $40 bundle will fix the problem. Spoiler alert, it won't. So those are my thoughts. This is the way I'm thinking about Call of Duty right now. And I know that it is frustrating. I know that you're frustrated. I can tell. I read the subreddits. I read Twitter. People are done. They're fed up. And rightfully so. It's a shallow camo grind experience, and that's all it has to offer. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down below. Let me know with a comment. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.